Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Boxes of Comics. I am your host, Chase Higgins, and today we are continuing our What If Boxes of Comics Was in Charge. So let me write that down on our whiteboard. Boxes of Comics was in charge of, and this week we are doing Batman 3. So let me also write that down too. So there you go. What if Boxes of Comics was in charge of Batman 3? Now, you might be wondering, there already is a Batman 3. There's Batman The Dark Knight Rises. I'm not talking about that one. Then you're like, oh, well, there is a Batman 3. It's called Batman Forever. You're right, there is. But in this universe we are creating, it's going to be, instead of Joel Schumacher and his two movies, what if not necessarily Tim Burton stayed on to direct, but like if Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer and like the Tim Burton characters were in a third movie, what would that look like? If that makes sense. So right now I think we'll do that. I'm just pulling up my story circle workbook that I've used to help me before in this. So once that loads, perfect. Okay. So the name of this story, you had Batman, you had Batman Returns. We're not going to do Batman. What is it? Batman Forever and then Batman and Robin. We're not doing that. Batman 3. Let me write that. Batman 3. Yeah, Batman Returns. I wonder if I can find like a working title. Let me see. Tim Burton Batman 3 title. Let's see. Tim Burton's Batman 3. It would have been a true sequel to Batman Returns, titled Batman Continues. Okay. So we'll do that. Tim Burton's Batman 3 is called Batman Continues. Actually, no, because this is going to be a lot. Hang on. Batman the Dark Knight. Let's see. Maybe this one could be like. Let me see. It's not going to be called The Dark Knight. Staying away from that. Cape Crusader, no. World's Greatest Detective, no. Detective. Let's go and call it. Cape Crusader. World's Greatest Detective. Batman Returns. Here's one. It's called Batman Defender of Gotham. So we'll just call it Batman Defender. Batman 3 or Batman Gotham Defender. No. Call it Batman Gotham Defender. Gotham Knight. Batman Gotham Knight. Batman 3. So, our characters are then Batman. So let me write this down. We'll have Batman, Catwoman. I think she can return. Michelle Pfeiffer. We're going to introduce Robin here. Catwoman, Robin. Batman, Catwoman, Robin. I'm trying to think of who I placed. Let me go back to our Instagram post. Hugo Strange is the villain. Batman, Catwoman, Robin, Hugo Strange. I think those are good main characters. Easy. Cool. So, first step is always in a story is the you. Our you is going to be in Gotham Knight. Bruce Wayne. Dresses up in a suit, calls himself Batman, and beats up bad guys. That's our you. Now we need a need. So in Gotham Knights, actually, we'll say our need for this story will be that Bruce Wayne is getting older and knows he can't protect Gotham on his own. Okay. 3 is our go. So Batman's plan to find a sidekick / successor is put in motion when Batman must help Hugo Strange, because that's our character, our villain. Batman's plan to find a sidekick / successor is put into motion when Batman must help Hugo Strange take down villain known as we'll do Maroni as his Falcon, as what's his name? How come I'm blanking on his name? Is it Salva? How come I can't think of his name? I can't. What's the name of gangsters in Gotham? Let's see. Gotham organized crime. Let's see. Let's use one of these guys. Let's see. Carmine Falcone. Sal Maroni. Sal Maroni is what it is. Actually, instead of Maroni, what if we do Falcone? Carmine Falcone is what we do. Known as... No, because they just did Carmine Falcone in the new movie, huh? No. I'll do Sal. Known as... Let me find it again. Sal Maroni. Cool. He's got to take in Sal Maroni. That's simple. search. Okay. Let's see. When Batman must help Hugo Strange take down the villain known as Sal Maroni. We'll have Hugo open up Arkham Asylum, and then they can put Maroni in there. Bruce thinks it's safe, so just when Bruce thinks it's safe. Strange, or actually, when Strange invites Bruce over, comma, he tells Bruce that he wants to take down Batman as Hugo believes that the Bat is worse than Penguin or Joker. Okay. Okay, 5. It's our find. So as let's say I find with the help of Harvey Dent, Bruce finds how to stop Strange's Arkham Asylum, Strange's Asylum from experimenting on patients and shut down their operation. Six is the take. Batman and Harvey take Strange in. And let's see, they'll take Strange into the police department. And and Hugo announces his attack on a circus, which is full of freaks that deserve to be locked up. Then 7. Oh wait. Period. This ends up with Harvey turning into Two-Face. And Dick Grayson losing his parents in the circus, while Batman and Harvey Dent try to save people from bomb. Okay. And then 7's the return. No, make sure. Yeah. Bruce no longer thinks Gotham is safe without Batman. And gives what's his name? Grayson, and gives Dick Grayson an opportunity to live with him. And then we'll say Hugo is now locked in Arkham. but showed Gotham. The true darkness of Harvey Dent. And then change is the last thing. Batman and Robin now. Robin go after Harvey, who wants revenge on Strange. Who is in Arkham. So this last fight, I think, should be in Arkham Asylum, before Harvey gets to Strange. Batman fights Dent, but loses, while Robin saves Batman and defeats Two-Face. End movie with Dent locked up and the dynamic duo as Gotham's Knights. So it's a bit different, kind of strange, but this is what we have. It's called Batman 3 or Gotham Knights. Kind of. Oh, hello. Sorry, I've been busy writing this, but hello, Ace. Yes, I do remember yoga class. So that's cool. I'm glad that you were able to hop on. So really quick, this is what if Boxes of Comics was in charge of Tim Burton's Batman 3 instead of it going to Joel Schumacher. So the movie is going to be titled Batman 3 Gotham Knights. So yeah, Batman Returns, Batman Gotham Knights. Characters are Batman, Catwoman, Robin, Hugo Strange are the four main leads. Number one is the U. So who's going to be the main character? That's Batman. So I said in Gotham Knight, Bruce Wayne dresses up in a suit, calls himself Batman, and beats up bad guys. Pretty simple. 2, a need. Bruce Wayne is getting old and knows that he can't protect Gotham on his own and needs a sidekick. 3, Batman's plan to find a sidekick / successor is put into motion when Batman helps Catwoman take down Hugo Strange. Number 4 is what's number 4 called? Number 4 is the search. So Batman's still on the search for a successor. Hugo Strange is locked up for the time being. So we'll see. So the search when Strange, or Strange escapes with the help of Harvey, invites Bruce Wayne over because he doesn't know that Batman and Bruce Wayne are the same people yet. So Hugo Strange invites Bruce Wayne over, tells him that Harvey Dent helped him escape by paying him off, and tells Bruce that he wants to take down the Batman as he believes the Bat is worse than both Penguin and the Joker and deserves to be locked away. Number 5 is the find. So with the help of Harvey, Bruce finds out how to stop Strange from putting innocent people away in Arkham Asylum, and invites Bruce over. Strange's asylum front and experimenting on patients shut down the operation permanently. So Batman and um, Harvey, Batman and Harvey fight Doctor Strange and bring him to the police department. Batman then interrogates Hugo, who announces his attack on a circus, which is full of freaks that deserve to be locked up. This ends with Harvey turning into Two-Face with the explosion of the bomb in the circus, and Dick Grayson being introduced as he loses his parents. While Batman, instead of saving Harvey Dent, goes to help the innocent people as he believes that Harvey can save himself, but he can't, and that's how he becomes Two-Face in this universe, because he never did in the Tim Burton universe. Let me see. Two-Face and Dick Grayson. Since I put Two-Face, Dick Grayson. Okay, so then after the circus incident, Bruce no longer thinks Gotham is safe without Batman, and gives Dick Grayson an opportunity to live with them, not be Robin. Just, hey, you're an orphan. I was an orphan. I know what that's like. Let me help you out. Hugo Strange is now locked up from the GCPD, which takes him to his own Arkham Asylum. And then his plan was successful in showing that there are still freaks out there, whether superpowered or not, as now Harvey Dent is burned and wants revenge, and is after Hugo Strange. So then 8, Batman and Robin go after Harvey, who wants revenge on Strange, whom is in Arkham. But before Harvey gets to Strange, Batman fights Dent and gets knocked out, does whatever. Batman will lose to Two-Face, and then that will make Robin have to save Batman, even though Batman begrudgingly doesn't want Dick Grayson there yet because he still believes that he needs to train. And then we end up with Dent locked up. Hugo Strange will say die. Hugo Strange is locked up. Harvey Dent's locked up, and the dynamic duo become Gotham's Knights. So that is if Boxes of Comics was in charge of Batman 3. And another thing is that with the Tim Burton movies, they weren't as detective-y, I think. So I think as compared to other Batman movies. So you could introduce the detective part as Hugo Strange is trying to find out who Batman is. You could have Batman trying to find hints around the city on how to find Strange's weakness, where Strange came from, and all that. But that's just a quick little overview on how I would do Batman 3. I'd also have Catwoman in there, but not as a predominant role like in Batman Returns. More so as cameos here and there, kind of helping out Batman along the way, kind of as she does in the Arkham Asylum games. So yeah, that's my idea of a Batman 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out our videos. Also share our videos if you did enjoy it. And we have an Instagram, YouTube, or Instagram, Twitter, and a Truth Social now. So go ahead and check those out and follow us there as well as on our YouTube channel. But like I said, so I do have a question. It's who would you cast in each role? So since this Batman movie takes place in the Tim Burton universe, I would keep Michael Keaton as Batman. I would keep Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent. For Dick Grayson, according to Tim Burton, there already was Michelle Pfeiffer, of course, is still Catwoman in this universe. But the character as Robin that was contracted to play in Batman 3 for Tim Burton before it was Chris O'Donnell was Marlin Williams. Let me see if I can find what he was in. Let's see. Because I'd like to keep this as close as possible. American actor, comedian, writer. Marlon Williams movies. Let's see if he was in anything big. He was in playing Tyrone C. Love in Requiem for a Dream. Shorty Meeks from Scary Movie. Marcus Anthony Copeland II from White Chicks. And Thunder from Marmaduke. So he's more like on the funnier side, but like if that's who Tim Burton wanted to go with, then yeah, Marlon Wayans as Batman. So you have Catwoman, Batman, Robin. As for Hugo Strange, if you think about actors, this movie would have been in the 90s because the first one came out in 90, Returns came out in 92. So, and I want to stay away from like actors or villains that were done. So like no Riddler, no Jim Carrey Riddler, no Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, no Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze. Let's just see. As a Hugo Strange. I could see like maybe a Tom Hanks as Hugo Strange. Or you could even do Robin Williams possibly too, because I know he auditioned for the role of Joker. Kevin Spacey might be good too, because he can bring like kind of that creepy vibe, actually. So maybe Kevin Spacey as Hugo Strange, which is might seem kind of weird, but at the same time, I don't know. But yeah, I think Kevin Spacey or Tom Hanks as Hugo Strange would have worked in the 90s for sure. That takes care of Batman, Catwoman, Hugo Strange. Yeah. So that's all the characters that I would cast. And that's the story I would go with. I kind of know that with Joel Schumacher and the Riddler or Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, they kind of introduced Arkham Asylum, but it wasn't like a big plot point. In this universe, I think it would be a big plot point, just because in the first two Burton movies, oh yeah, Sean Connery would be good too. Let me check that one out too. Because I just think with someone with Michael Keaton, you probably need to do like a big time actor across from Keaton, especially as this is like the third movie and kind of pop and what I believe would be like a good ending to the trilogy. Mm. So yeah, if I had to choose, probably either Sean Connery or Kevin Conroy as Hugo Strange, for sure, for sure. But besides that, those are the actors that would play them. That's the story I would go with, and I think also maybe you have Hugo Strange find out who Batman is, try to attack Bruce Wayne per se, but nobody's gonna believe him, and so you could have it be almost like he gets locked up for being criminally insane, which would be interesting since Hugo Strange is actually like a doctor that tries to like cure the people of Gotham per se. But I think Hugo Strange would have been a really good character to put into that Tim Burton universe, as Tim Burton likes to do this like serious, creepy, more imaginative universe. And I think Hugo Strange would have worked. Riddler would have worked. Scarecrow, I think Tim Burton could have done a really good job as Scarecrow. Um, so yeah, those were just some characters that came up, but I thought Hugo Strange is probably the best villain to do. And then also introduce a Robin because Tim Burton never introduced a Robin in that universe. So yeah, that is what if Boxes of Comics was in charge of Batman 3. Our next video we're posting, I believe, is going to be the top 10 worst characters from DC Comics, top 10 villains. So, like, we have people such as Microwave Man, Polka Dot Man, Cheetah, Ice Cream Man, just all these kind of crazy villains in our next actual video that we'll post. Along with that, I'm also thinking about doing a Batman universe timeline where, let me get out my whiteboard again, kind of show you guys real quick. The whole universe of Batman, per se, you have like different actors and different timelines and whatnot. So, real quick, it'll look something like this, where if this circle represents Batman, the character Batman in general, then you have different timelines, right? So this one's the Adam West timeline. This one can be Michael Keaton. But then also the Michael Keaton timeline continues, but also branches off into the George Clooney timeline. Or the Val Kilmer. It branches off into Val Kilmer, which then branches off into George Clooney. But then you also have a reboot in Christian Bale. And then you have another reboot in Ben Affleck. So kind of like that, I think a video talking about different timelines of Batman would be interesting too. So I'll think of a video to do for that and edit that up. But yes, our next video is going to be the top 10 worst villains in the DC universe. So with that being said, this is number pirate. And let me look instead of guessing. This is episode number 1, 2, 3 of What If Boxes of Comics was in charge. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we will see you next week on Boxes of Comics as we will go into What If Boxes of Comics was in charge of, I believe it's either Incredibles 3. Yeah, Incredibles 3 or Fantastic Four 3. I think those would be interesting to see as well. So it'll be one of those. So thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and we will see you next week.